I was thinking it's a mashup of Castaway, E.T., and Interstellar.
I think that Rocky has a little more charisma than a volleyball, but yes.
Well, I think Rocky is like a mashup of E.T., BB-8, and Bud from Predator Badlands.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Greetings and salutations and welcome to Thumb War. I'm Jason.
I'm Rachel.
Today we're talking about Project Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. Sorry.
Oh my God. Something just occurred to me.
What?
Ryan Gosling's character's name is Grace.
Yeah. Like he's a saving grace?
Well, Hail Mary full of grace is the prayer or whatever. I just got that now.
So much
Wow.
goodness. So much goodness
I'm
in
a
this
very,
movie.
very smart man. Yes, Project Hail Mary, directed by Phil Lord, Christopher Miller, starring Ryan Gosling.
Is Ryland Grace?
Oh, I'm going to say the characters too. Might as well, right?
Well, just because you were mentioning
I'm
Grace.
only saying three. By the way, okay, because in the cast there is a spoiler, so I'm going to say spoilers now. We're going to spoil this movie because that's how we do it over here. We can't talk. We did a take earlier and we spoiled the movie within 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, we gave up. Loose lips sink ships, and we are sinking the ships.
That's right.
As always.
If you haven't seen the movie, go see the movie and then come back. Or if you want us to just tell you everything, the trailers basically spoil the movie anyways, but we'll get into that. So the cast is Ryan Gosling as Ryland Grace, Sandra Hüller, umlauts. I'm never sure how to use umlauts, but Sandra Hüller as Ava Strat. It says Eva Strat, but everybody's pronouncing it Ava Strat.
It's fine. We murder names all over the place. No
That's
offense,
right.
people.
And I'm including, there is a pretty large cast here, but I'm going to include in the top build James Ortiz, the puppeteer.
He's the main character, which you see
I
in the
know.
trailer. So
Well, technically there's 5 puppeteers, but James Ortiz is
He's
the
also the
lead,
voice.
and he's the voice. And he's the one that was in Ryan Gosling's ear. They were improvising. And they had the true chemistry in this movie. Written by Drew Goddard, who also wrote The Martian.
wrote the screenplay.
The screenplay. Yeah. Sorry. This is based on the novel of the same name by Andy Weir, The Martian as well. The composer is Daniel Pemberton. Cinematography, Greg Fraser, who also did Dune 1 and 2, among other things. So that may tell you why the movie looks so goddamn good. Anything you'd like to comment on the cast or crew?
Are we jumping into the movie or just talking about how great they are?
Both. I mean, okay, Lord and Miller. I used to get my haircut at Lord and Miller back in the day. It's, short back and sides, long in the back, short on the top and sides.
Okay. Speaking of dad jokes, I was listening to a podcast where they were talking to Drew Goddard, and the person interviewing gave him the most backhanded compliment. He's like, watching this movie, my dad would have laughed so much. I'm like, okay, so you didn't find it funny? It's like, because it's filled with so many dad jokes.
I mean, that is a pretty accurate.
It's true, but it's like, wait, you didn't find it funny at all? I was laughing throughout the movie, probably annoying others, but I appreciate a dad joke. But I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, there were a lot of laughs in the theater. We saw it twice. Both theaters, I thought, the hearty laughs where appropriate. Mm-hmm. I did talk to a buddy of ours, a pickleball buddy of ours, who read the book, and he kind of didn't like the book because he didn't care for Andy Weir's humor. Mm-hmm. And I started reading this book, Project Hail Mary, and I can see what he's saying.
Oh.
The Weir sense of humor, the Andy Weir sense of humor. And I've read Artemis.
Is it different from the screenplay?
Well, here's the thing. It's on paper and it's just in your head. When it's Matt Damon and Ryan Gosling, saying these jokes or,
They're just funnier than what we are
funnier.
in our heads.
It's funnier. Yeah, it's funnier. Yeah. Yeah. On paper, like some of the stuff is a little,
Well, it's also these dudes who are like Lord and Miller who are very good with directing humor, and injecting more humor than they're supposed to for which is why they were fired from the Solo.
We don't know why for sure.
Well, yeah,
but it's
gossip says that it was going in too much of a comedic direction.
Yeah.
And Ron Howard came in and it was still funny, but maybe it was going to be like way too funny.
Right. Old man Kazdan didn't like what they were doing with his character, Han Solo, which whatever. I mean, not whatever. It would have been awesome to see the cut.
They directed The Last Man on Earth, right?
Well, they were executive producers on that show, and I think they maybe co-created it. But
anyway, I enjoyed that very much.
of course, yeah. Look, they do humor incredibly well. 21 Jump Street was probably the biggest surprise of that year, just because it was just like, okay, this is not going to work. And they've also done things like the Lego Movie on paper is just like, how this is going to be fucking terrible.
So good.
And it was like the best animated movie that year, and it was probably one of the best comedies that year. So
yeah, from what I read, they sought him out, these two men out, sorry, because they did want emotion displayed through motion. As since we already said spoilers, this alien has no face,
right.
So you have to be pretty good at what you do to get. I mean, I don't even know what that means, because it's not just like body humor. It's got to be like some sort of magic combo with the writing as well, obviously. Also, maybe I think I read like they're very good at improvisation.
Okay.
So, and Ryan Gosling, as Goddard said, is amazing at improvisation. Yeah. So
it's 50% of the character of Rocky is live action puppeteer work. Like it's actually there next to Gosling, and Gosling is able to improv off of that. And you have James Ortiz in Gosling's ear the entire time, speaking to him as Rocky, and the two of them are just going back and forth and, as you say, improving. So it's a lot different than just being there talking to a tennis ball, you know, with a script assistant off camera saying the lines. Not to taking anything away from Gosling's ability to act by himself, because he does that a lot too. Like the first 45 minutes of the movie, he's basically by himself on this.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was so funny in the Barbie movie. He's just he's a delight to watch in any movie he's in. I'm sorry, I'm just...
I've heard some people say, you know, Ryan Gosling just playing Ryan Gosling in this movie. I'm like, how the fuck would you know? Do you know Ryan Gosling?
That is. Get me in on that dinner party, please.
It's just like, I don't even know what that means. I mean, sure, Ryan Gosling is he's a character, like he's a cute white guy who is very talented, but I don't know Ryan Gosling.
From what you hear, he's a funny guy to hang out with.
I guess.
I guess because he's got a lot of jokes in this. Now,
I mean, okay, I've heard him on interviews, and yeah, he's a charming guy. There's no doubt. And the character of Ryland Grace is a charming, cute guy. Like, you have affection for him, and he's a bit of a mess. He's not as cool as Ryan Gosling, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, if we're going in that direction too, this character is so much different than like your regular hero, or like what's his name in The Martian? Mark, or Matt Damon's character. He doesn't want to do this.
Right.
Anyway, he's different from Ryan Gosling's character in Electric Sheep, whatever the remake.
Oh, Blade Runner. Yeah.
Like, he's so different. How do you know he's just playing himself? Like, this makes...
It's stupid.
I don't get it.
It's a stupid thing to say, but I kind of get why people say that. People say that all the time. It's like, oh, Bill Murray's just being Bill Murray. And I guess.
I hear Bill Murray's kind of a dick.
Yeah. I like him in most of the movies that he's been in. Okay, let's get a little bit into the spoiler-free version of the plot. Ryan Gosling, Ryland Grace, wakes up alone on a spaceship. He has no memory of who he is or why he's there. And then he slowly realizes he's on a mission to save Earth because the sun is dying. There's an astrophage crisis, Rachel. And
but that's not how we first meet him. He is like...
No, I'm saying, he wakes up alone on a spaceship. You want to start there?
Well, I mean, it's such an opening scene. I'm like, oh, you're coming out of a zipped up body bag. What is happening? tubes getting pulled out of his mouth, one hanging from his ass, and he is just incoherent, and it's a really quick start. It's discombobulating for me, let alone him, his character.
It's very well done.
Yeah.
This is how the book starts as well. Almost like word for word.
Yeah, that zipper. Whoa.
The zipper?
Yeah, like it, the machine is opening it up because it sees that he's waking up.
Yeah,
Claustrophobia setting in.
He has no idea who he is.
Am I smart?
Right. He recognizes an electron microscope or whatever.
How do I know that?
Oh, I know what that is, which is funny.
Yeah.
But then the structure of the movie is that we keep flashing back to before he gets on this spaceship.
I was thinking about that today, and maybe I was just overthinking it as I was listening to the Harry Styles song. It was like taking me next level. I'm like, is it different in the way you watch some movies and it goes back and forth to give you the flashbacks, in the effect that it's actually his memories coming back because they have induced some sort of amnesia with this coma. Like on purpose, they've induced some sort of amnesia. And so when the flashbacks are happening, he's remembering, like it's actually you entering his mind. Because remember the scene I talked to you about where he's in front of this like holodeck digital walls where he sees this beach that obviously it's his memory. It brings him comfort. And then all of a sudden it's real water from the beach going over his feet. And he's like walking towards himself. But then it goes away. So it has to be his memory flooding in.
That or footage from his iPhone or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like loaded up comfort places that would include him.
Right. But I'm saying the water splashes over his feet as if his memory is going back the way it flashes back.
Oh, totally. They do that almost every time. They do a frame match almost every time. Right.
So I'm saying, like, when you think about it and you watch it again, you go, oh, this is him remembering what's happening. Like, you're in his head, kind of. Like, he is by himself. He is the main event until he meets Rocky for the entire time. So it's not you actually going back in time and living through that moment with him. It's him recalling what's happening.
Correct.
I'm just going,
yeah.
That's not normally how the movies work. Like, you're not flashing back to people's memories. It's just a way to show you what happened, right?
Right. Skipping way ahead when he realizes, oh, shit, I didn't agree to come on this. He's on Rocky's ship, and there's like the spectrum, the rainbow spectrum is sort of across his face, and then that cuts to the rainbow in the sky over him while they're tackling him and giving him the injection to induce the coma.
That's so brilliant.
And then there are other moments where he'll be in the ship sideways, and then the frame will match
the memory
to the memory, the flashback, but the camera will be on its side, and then it sort of tilts back over. So it matches the frame in space, but then the camera just tilts back over. And
brilliant.
This is very, very smart way of doing this because the aspect ratio changes, right? Everything in space is shot for IMAX. It's not shot in IMAX, it's shot for IMAX. So the frame fills the screen. If you see it in an IMAX theater. And, we saw it in Dolby and it does fill the frame. But I never noticed, not once, the aspect ratio changing because of the frame matching, right? Because there's one shot of his shoes, right? He's wearing these low-cut Converse, and then it cuts to him back on the...
Putting them on. Is that the one you're talking about?
No. Well, he has them, he puts them on and he has them on, and then it cuts to him back on the ship. And you don't notice the aspect ratio change because you're focused on the shoes, right? Or you're focused on whatever Fraser is wanting us to focus on. And it works every time. Like, I never noticed. Like,
who's Fraser?
He's the cinematographer.
Oh, okay.
Greg Fraser.
Okay, thank you.
It's incredibly well done. Visually, absolutely stunning.
Okay, so the astrophages, they create this trail to the sun that they are dimming because they're taking that energy. The trail is going from the sun to Venus.
Correct.
So once they get that energy, and as he explains it, it's a toot and scoot process for the energy propulsion. They go and they reproduce with all the CO2 from Venus. She kind of passive-aggressively convinces them to join the project when we hit the flashbacks.
She manipulates him.
But
we're talking about Ava Stratt here.
Ava Stratt, which is such an interesting character. He figures this out, which this is a thing that I really liked, because this whole movie is also about collaboration. It felt like a new take, how he collaborated with what's this Carl's job? Security?
That's a good question. I think he's just an agent, a government agent,
so this
there to babysit him.
Right, but this government agent, this teacher, a middle school teacher, he's willing to collaborate with anyone, which we all should be able to. And you never see that in a movie where this guy who is security or just like somebody who is just some side character actually involved. He's asking him, hey, what do you think, Carl? Like involving him in the process. And he becomes basically his science assistant and plays his pretty big role in helping him figure out how these things are reproducing. He even gives him the credit of the Carl theory. It's so deep on so many levels with relationships and collaboration with people that you normally wouldn't collaborate with.
Right.
Like you're grabbing this guy out of a middle school who teaches kids to save the world, and he doesn't want to.
Right. Well, hold on. They didn't just go to any random middle school.
Obviously,
kid.
he is he's a molecular biologist, and he has his PhD, and he sounds like he stirred shit and then moved to be a middle school teacher.
Right. He's disgraced.
Yeah, but
well, that's what he is.
Right, but he's also like this character that you wouldn't normally go to for help.
Right.
Because he doesn't want to do these things.
Okay, but as Stratt says, she's got 300 plus biologists working on the problem. Like this is an existential crisis for the Earth. They're going to push every button possible. And out of all the samples, she only leaves him 3 dots. So, and him and Carl discovered the reason these astrophages are headed to Venus. And then she recruits him, and they end up on an aircraft carrier where he lives for almost the rest of the time, his time on Earth, while he's developing breeding the astrophages to create fuel for this
to get them there
ship that's going to take them to, what's the planet called? I forget, or the sun.
Tau Ceti, where the astrophages are not able to. They're not able to dim the sunlight there because for some reason they're not able to reproduce, and we find out later that reason is because there is a pathogen.
They're being hunted and killed.
They're a predator. There is a pathogen that is engulfing them and eating these astrophages up, like the macrophages in our bodies. Our immune system will envelop a pathogen and destroy it the same way. And you see it in the microscope when they do get the sample from, what do they call it? The tau amoeba, the predator amoeba that eats up the astrophages.
Right.
From Tau Ceti.
Okay. You're losing me.
Sorry. Anyway,
there's a lot of science in this movie, as you can already tell. They do a great job not talking down to you.
Like they didn't do that in The Martian either.
No, which is why I think it was so popular, because it was just like, we don't have to talk down to these people. We can just tell them, this is the science, and whatever you pick up, you pick up. And if you don't pick it up, it's fine, because all you need to know is that they got to go collect a sample from somewhere. And it's very vital to whatever they're doing, which is save all of these stars, right?
Right, because all the stars in this vicinity, except the one at Tau Ceti, is dimming. We don't find out till later that he's forced.
Right, that's the twist of the movie. The end of the movie is basically this guy who thought, he tells his middle school kids, don't worry. Like the kids are starting to freak out. They're like, well, what about these astrophages? What's happening with the sun? We're all going to die. And he says, guys, don't worry. You're forgetting one thing. Like they have the best and brightest on this. They're figuring it out. They're going to solve this problem. Smash cut to the end of the movie where it's like, oh shit, it never occurred to him that it would be him.
Andy Weir, from what I read, he likes to get his main character put in a situation where they can't rely on anyone but themselves. I mean, this one is a little different. He collaborates with Rocky,
Right.
the alien. But like they're put in a situation where it's like, okay, I can do this. And you would never think for a minute that you could, as he didn't, so much so that he had to be forced into this mission. But this woman is such an amazing character. She believes that he can. Like there's all, you said, like how many hundred people working on this.
Right.
She knows that he's the one, or else why would she do this?
Why would she blow up the other science team on purpose?
Yeah, right. No, I mean, okay, I know I'm all over the place, but it really felt like there was a love interest that could have came from this. If there wasn't, you know, in another lifetime.
Sure.
Because she is so, they have these moments when he's like, you're so mysterious. He's so emotional. She is so not. She is very much able to get past her emotions to be in the reality of what needs to be done, the rational, the pragmatic way to deal with things. And I mean, it feels like she's got skills that's beyond the level of the normal humans, because he asks her how it must be so hard to put people to their death, basically, because this is a one-way mission. There's only enough fuel to go one way.
Right.
She's like, no, it's not hard at all. Like she's always got her eye on the end result, saving humanity.
Right.
And so they are so opposites. Like when that party is happening as well, and they're talking on the deck, he's like, you're so mysterious. There was something evolving there.
Okay.
And then I'll
take your word for it.
They go to the party, and he's like, you see him welling up numerous times throughout the movie, the flashbacks and on the ship. Like
Sorry,
he's an emotion.
He's welling up?
Like he's
like
he's an emotional guy.
Yeah.
And she is not, so much so like she finds her moment. She can't, she's like, yeah, I like to be by myself. That's how I relax and party. And then she walks into the party. This is her way. She's like, I'm going to relate to these people. I'm not good at relating to people. She says, I don't get jokes normally. She goes in with this beautiful singing voice and sings the most perfect song for the situation.
Yeah, I thought that was just for him.
Well, I'm sure he got the most out of it, but other people are about to go risk their lives as well. It was
but they were fine. He was the one that was going through it.
Waffling.
Yeah. And she was, you know, that's why she went in and sang that song.
So you think it was,
and that was
really
the
only
that
for
was
him?
the best part, is she's just like, okay, that's enough. Like cuts the song off, because fucking hell, that song goes on, and it's the same lyrics over and over again.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
It only has to be 3 minutes, Harry. Sorry.
It's fine. I was happy with the length of it.
Well, you put it on repeat for
It was inspiring
for
research. Okay, so you think it was just to him? I thought she was relating to the
I don't think she would
entire
have gone
group.
back in there to sing it if they hadn't had that talk on the deck of the aircraft carrier. No.
Oh, okay.
But it's a great scene. It's a show-stopping number, and it's very moving.
And like I did I already say it? It wouldn't have hit quite as hard if she sucked at singing.
Well, I don't think it would be in there. I think Gosling actually, this wasn't supposed to be in there. I think Gosling heard her sing, like Hewler singing, and he was like, oh, we got to get this in the movie.
Do you think he chose the song?
I
I'd
don't
like to know, because it's so perfect.
Okay.
Anyway, I think that it's a love interest that could have happened in another lifetime.
Perhaps.
In my fantasies.
I think it's just a fun, interesting friendship that they have. Really, it's about she's the one person who believes in him, and he doesn't believe in himself.
We all need someone like that. Like she doesn't let him give in to the self-doubt he's clearly had for so long.
That's right. I think I have it. I think you have it in you to go on his suicide mission, and
Well, I mean, she's also like, obviously she believes it, because this is one chance.
Okay, look, Yes, he rose to the occasion, but it was against his will. But anyways, yeah.
Anyway,
and he says, his final message to her, he says, well, you were right. You were right. It turns out you were right. But he didn't think so.
But anyway.
And he also wasn't facing certain death because he was going back after Rocky. And you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that is the true, the love interest, so to speak, in this. The love that develops is just beautiful between two completely different species. I was thinking it's a mashup of Castaway, E.T., and Interstellar.
Sure. Yeah. I think that Rocky has a little more charisma than a volleyball, but yes.
Well, I think Rocky is like a mashup of E.T., BB-8, and Bud from Predator Badlands.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Because he
definitely E.T. I mean, it's this generation's E.T., I feel like. Just because he's cute as hell, A.
Without a face, which is impressive.
I mean, yes. Not that. The movement, you can see right away how it works. Like, you're charmed by Rocky right away. Like, you don't see his body. Like, you're already charmed by his little hand tapping on the thing, which is the first thing you see.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean,
the fingers help make it more relatable, I guess.
Yeah. And it follows kind of the same beats as E.T., like the whole, we're meeting an alien for the first time.
The scare.
The jump scares. Yeah. All the communication, like what is he saying? What are we saying? Like E.T. learning to talk.
Without a speak and spell. Is that what it's called? Speak and
spell, yeah. So they're using a piece of technology to communicate with each other. And then ultimately, Rocky makes a huge sacrifice, and you think he's probably going to die, just like E.T. Mm-hmm. It's kind of different because E.T. is connected to Elliot, like they're physically, there's some sort of bond between them. But when E.T. starts to sort of fade and looks like he might die, he disconnects from Elliot, and then you think that E.T. is dead, just like you think that Rocky might be dead. Mm-hmm. And then he comes back to life, just like E.T. Now, this is not a criticism. I'm just saying it hits the same beats of the relationship. And then there's the goodbye, which doesn't feel like a goodbye. But it felt like E.T. When the first time I watched it, I was like, wow, this is like E.T., but less sad. And the reason why I thought it was less sad is because this is my first criticism of this movie. And I have a couple.
Okay.
I feel like they suckled at the emotional teat a little too much. Every scene, it felt like there was some sort of emotional, like something. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of... You
cold bitch. What are you talking about?
I'm not being cold. I'm just saying like the emotional peak to the story to me is in the middle of the movie where Rocky basically says, oh, I have enough fuel to send you home. Mm-hmm. And, Grace is going on about, it's okay. I've made peace with it. He's basically revealed to Rocky that I don't have enough fuel to make it home. When we're done our mission here, I am going to just die. I've got enough food for a couple of years, but then I'm just going to die. But I've made peace with it. Mm-hmm. Rocky is like, there's no fucking way. I just watched my whole crew die. I'm not letting that happen. It's going to take me 6 years longer to get back home, but I have enough fuel to give it to you. And then Grace breaks down. And that is the saddest or most emotional part of the movie for me. But then they keep milking all of this, the friendship stuff and not that I didn't enjoy it.
Wait, are you talking about when Ryland Grace has to be saved by Rocky, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. There's all of it.
Oh my God. I don't understand.
By the time that they're saying goodbye, where we've got our samples, mission accomplished, we're leaving, we're going our separate ways, we're never going to see each other again. It just didn't hit as hard because we've already had that huge emotional part of the movie, it felt like. And also the score, which I loved, some people are not into the score for some reason, but I loved it. But every moment is played for like we're doing this together. We're friends. We're gonna we're saving the world.
Well, he does seem like a lonely person as well. Like, even before this, right? Like, I don't know.
I guess he does choose not to go back to Earth in the end.
Mm-hmm.
So, how lonely can he be?
Well, maybe he's just had to find his people.
Okay.
And his people are just not on Earth.
Iridians.
He also, is it in the book, he decides to not go back because he would be 70 years old if he did. And
well, he had no family or anything. Anyways.
Right. So the Iridians, apparently in the book, their astronomers tell him that the sun has gained its full, not brightness, its full
heat, volume.
It's full
lava,
full sunness.
Yeah.
Back to its full.
It's back
strength.
to normal.
Back to normal. So his mission was accomplished.
Right.
And another thing I saw that in the book, supposedly, Strat, to prolong his time to be able to procure this and be successful at his mission, like blew up like 241 nukes in the Antarctic ice to like create a pseudo global warming, so they wouldn't freeze to death while they were waiting for him to solve this problem.
Well, it looked pretty cold by the time they got their samples. It's like 27 years, the span of this movie on Earth. Right. Takes him 4 years to get to where he's going.
Right.
I keep wanting to say Ceti Alpha 6, but that's from Star Trek 2. What's it called again?
Tau Ceti.
Tau Ceti. So it takes him 4 years, but it's 13 years back on Earth, or 11 years, because he's
11.9.
11 light years away.
Yeah.
But because of relativity, it's only 4 years for him. So yeah, anyway, it all ends up, then Rocky and him basically spend, several months to a year together. So that whole portion of them solving the problem is about a year.
Right.
So if he had gotten back to Earth, tack on, I don't know how far Tau Ceti is from Earth, because it's further away. So let's call it another 20 years. So everybody, most of the people, I mean, he could probably hang out with some of those middle school kids that he was teaching. They'd probably still be around. He's
probably a huge hero. He would go back to a hero's,
I suppose, but
reception.
He's a hero on Arid as well, right?
Yeah, he seemed pretty happy.
No, totally. Yeah, exactly.
And why would you want to go back an old man when you could be young?
Fuck some women. How about that?
Oh, there's that. Yeah, those rocks probably aren't doing it for him.
I don't know. I don't know what they have a nice little biodome for him. I don't know.
Well, I mean, AI, I'm sure they could figure something out. Make him think he's got a relationship going with something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that it was just relentless with the positivity and the.
Oh my God, that was a great thing about this.
I'm
it
not
was
saying
very
it's
optimistic.
bad. I'm not saying it's bad. I just was like.
And it was like a nice bromance, so to speak. Although it felt almost like at times, because it was so cute and so funny, almost like parental with a hyper child that you love. And I think that was the funniest scene for me was. He can hear everything I'm saying. Can you hear me now? Can you? This curious little kid. Yeah, I can hear you. What are you doing? Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? And just rolling around.
No, it's
so cute.
Look, I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying that I didn't find some of the moments as emotional as I probably could have if they were a little more sparse about it. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I didn't cry. Which
you monster.
I know. I should have. I should have.
I got choked up during that scene that I already talked about, where Rocky says, "I'll give you the fuel."
Yeah.
But then I found out that Rocky had been there for 40 years before.
Oh, trying to figure it out?
Yeah, he was there by himself according to the book. Like 40 years trying to figure it out by himself. His entire crew was dead.
There was some theories on the internet of why he survived and the other two didn't.
I kind of like that that's never explained. Hit me with some theories.
I think they were all supposed to have a coma resistant gene. so they could survive long-term animated suspension.
Yeah.
The crew members were chosen specifically for that.
Because they had genetically predisposed to survive a long-term coma.
Yeah, but I mean, the genetic lottery is just like I assume you have a better chance of that gene kicking in, but maybe it didn't kick in for all of them. They couldn't survive the prolonged stress. The failed feeding system theory that the nanny-bot and intravenous nutrient slurry pumps failed, so that some of the crew starved.
Okay.
The sedation-induced stillness. The fact that he was like knocked out before
he was knocked out before he got
before
out.
the tubes were in, because it must have been in the book. I don't remember hearing it in the movie. That the holes for the intravenous lines were way bigger with the other guys.
Interesting.
So if he was completely still, the needle holes would have been better if you weren't more awake.
Okay.
Infection, they could have died from a infection that the robotic system couldn't handle. Just various theories. I mean, and it was just luck in the end, I think they say in the movie.
Yeah. I feel like there was a line from Ava Stratt saying something like, for your safety, we're going to induce your coma early. I thought that might have been a hint as to why he survived and the others didn't. But ultimately, there's also a line earlier in the movie where she's describing what's going to happen, how the crew is going to be in long-term comas. And he says, well, is that safe? And she's like, well, nothing about this is safe. Right. So,
Yeah, I guess they don't need to give all the details that are in the book.
Correct.
Really do wish they hadn't given away all of his cute lines that are in the movie in the trailers, because I would have enjoyed them more. I would have found them more cute if I put the not an astronaut. Not that that's hugely clever, but hearing it for the first time, not the second time at the movie, would hit a little harder than hearing it however many times we heard it in the trailer.
Totally. And that line comes deep into the third act, right?
Right.
So, I mean, sure, the structure of it is such that he hasn't gotten on the rocket yet, but still, I agree completely. But it doesn't matter what we think, because look, it's made $80 million this weekend. It's on its way to make $300 million. This is a bona fide hit for Amazon. And, and this is a studio that's releasing 13 theatrical films this year. Now, one of them was a fucking documentary paid for by Melania Trump, right? It was $45 million documentary. And it was a complete...
Paid for? I thought they paid her.
They paid her, yeah. Oh, okay. Well, sorry, they paid her.
Like, what?
So Amazon took a bath on that one. I guess you're in Trump's good graces, so mission accomplished there.
I wonder, you know if they made their money back?
I know that they didn't, and they never will. It was, I think.
Well, let me confirm.
I think it made $13 million at the box office.
No, it did not make its money back.
Wow, shocker!
It failed to recover $75 million production and marketing budget.
75. Oh yeah, because of the marketing. Yeah. Yeah. What a joke! What an absolute fucking joke. Well, if you like, look, hey, she's an attractive woman. She tries on some shoes, I heard. So that's good.
If you're into feet. For one moment, I know I asked you this today because I couldn't remember in the movie. Rocky kind of resembles like a spider, moves like a monkey. Kind of, he's like this
spider
anamorphic, anamorphic kind of rock. And I never saw where this Xenonite was coming from when he was making his sculptures. Maybe like, is he a spider? Like, is he webbing this from his own body?
I looked it up, and that is
not a thing.
No, I think it is sort of a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I saw that. Like, he had the whole ship is massive. They had such a excessive amount of Xenonite that he wouldn't run out with making all this chain and make that. But because you don't see him eating the Xenonite, do you? Or is that what he eats in that scene?
I have no idea.
That was a very funny scene too. When he is making fun of Grace eating ramen and saying how disgusting he looks. Actually, that's my favorite scene. And then he's like, oh, yeah, well, how do you eat? Let me see. And he goes, oh, it's beautiful. And then starts like shoving it right up the orifice. That was so good. But I read in the book, the Iridians are very shy about eating in front of others. So it was just for, I guess, comic relief that they changed that part.
That was a good choice.
It was great. I loved it. But anyway, so back to the Xenonite. Is he eating like? Because it looked mushy, right? Because he said xenon is normally a gas, but he's able to solidify it and put it into different states of matter. So is he eating it and then producing it, or is he just, because he has to bring it in to the ship to make all this chain, because you see the chain everywhere. Right. I mean, you never see him like eating all the time. Anyway,
the answer is I don't know. I guess we should read the book.
I guess we should. We have it. You're 2 chapters in.
2 chapters in. It's pretty good so far. I have one more gripe with this book.
Oh boy.
With this movie.
Okay.
And I don't want to be that guy. Actually, I'm hoping you can sort of talk me out of this.
Okay.
The big climactic mission to collect the samples on the planet.
The very exciting part, yes.
It's very exciting. They have a 3-kilometer chain. Is that right? A length of.
Was it 3? Well, I don't know why I have
300
5
meters.
in my head.
I think they said 5 kilometers at first, but then when they're talking about the chain when it's actually out, I think they said it was 3,000 meters, but I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever it is. It's a very long length of chain. They're fishing. They're fishing for the life on this planet, right? Okay, fine. That part of it I get. Yes. The amoebas. The amoebas and shit.
Talmeba, they name it. Talmeba.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, stick with me here.
I'm here.
They have a ship that cannot go into orbit. It can go into orbit. It cannot enter the atmosphere or the gravitational pull of the planet. But they have to get low enough. So they have this really long chain and they have this ball.
This cool ball.
It's very cool.
Collector ball.
I love it. They're going to collect all this.
Pokemons. They're going to collect all the Pokemons.
All the parameciums.
It looks like a whole bunch of different life that is gobbling up this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. So they pick up this stuff. Why does Grace have to leave the spaceship to collect this sample?
Why can't they just
reel it in?
Well, I mean, is this ship made to collect samples?
Maybe not.
I mean, it should be if they're going to investigate why this is happening.
Okay, fine. Let's say it isn't. And they've constructed this sort of apparatus to collect the samples.
Oh, now you're bringing up this. Like, why? If they're going to figure out why this happened, why wouldn't they have some sort of gathering system in place?
Well, but they didn't realize that they didn't know what they were going to do.
Right, but every science fucking trip would be like gathering samples from something.
Okay, but to be fair, not all of them are going to have a 3-kilometer or 5-kilometer chain to lower it into.
Right. So maybe there is a system in place. It's not good enough.
Right.
Okay. Let's throw that aside.
Let's throw that aside. So they've constructed this apparatus that's going to lower this chain in. Why not put it closer to the door where he doesn't have to walk across the spaceship to collect the sample? Do you know what I mean? Like he has to actually leave the spaceship.
Well, the pulley system was in place where it was in place.
So that was already there. Why is it there? It's like everything has been thought of. Like they have this ingenious
bad design.
this ingenious centrifuge gravity thing, system. But they haven't thought of
to bring it just into the ship
to bring it into the ship if they're collecting samples, or get it closer to the door. If you have to go out, you don't have to traverse the entire length of the ship to pick up this thing. Yeah. Okay. All right. Forget all that.
I'd like to know what happens in the book.
Forget about that part. So let's just say we got our samples, but I got to go outside to get the samples. It's like, okay, why not just pull up out of the gravitational pull?
He can't because he's outside the ship. Rocky can't.
No, but you do it before.
The ship.
You do it before.
But
Grace can just take the ship up into orbit.
So you're saying they need a longer chain, so they don't have to get torn apart. No, because the chain
will come up with it, won't it? You go high, and it's a fucking spaceship. You just go into space, and then go out, reel it in, and then get the sample.
Right, because you think he was worried that it might fall off if they went up.
Okay, but also they fucking almost crashed the ship.
Yeah.
I don't know. True. Maybe there's physics there that I'm not understanding. Let's assume that you can't break the orbit because of this ball and chain.
Okay, well, this is just grasping at straws. Two non-science dummies trying to make up a reason. Okay, I like your question.
Explain it in the movie then.
No, I like your question. I'm saying let's not try to come up with a solution when we don't have the capacity to come up with it.
But even in the first viewing, I was like, why are they doing this? They have a stick you could just fly up. Right. Just fly up. Okay. Then it's zero gravity. Yeah. You reel it in.
It's not as exciting.
It's not as exciting. Absolutely. It's not as exciting.
Okay. Is that your last question about that scene? It's okay. About that scene in particular.
Scene, yes.
So there's a more efficient, less dangerous way to pull it in the sample.
But less exciting. Less
good in the movie. That makes sense.
Lord and Miller did not make them life easy for themselves in a good way because they have two different gravities that they're dealing with, right? There's the gravity that's happening when the ship is the engine is engaged and they're going almost light speed, which creates gravity in the ship. That's when we first meet him. Right. But then when they do the centrifuge, changes the gravity. So that's why, you see, it's very cool the way they do it, but he notices before he realizes there's a centrifuge, why is there a coffee cup on this whiteboard? Why would it be sideways? So it's just like a very cool design of the ship where a wall is suddenly a ceiling.
Okay, I'm not smart. I thought that cup was magnetized to that whiteboard.
It was, okay. But the reason why is because there's a shot at the beginning of the movie where you're looking at a room, but he's walking, it seems to be it looks like it's from the ceiling and he's walking along the floor, but he's actually walking on the wall when the gravity is in the centrifuge. You know what I mean?
You mean when the centrifuge isn't on?
When it isn't on, he's on the wall. When it is on, he's on the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's just guys.
It's cool though.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
That's not a complaint.
It's not a complaint.
Okay.
It's just something cool about the movie that is just sort of it's a bit of a trick of the mind. Anyway. Yeah.
And what did you think about his request to go on his ship and he's wearing that giant suit to go? How are you moving?
This is a book fact as well. I think it's 700 degrees in there.
Right. Yeah.
So his space suit wasn't going to hack it.
Yeah.
That's another cool detail that I learned also through the book is when he first gets the tunnel, and he goes down the tunnel and there's just the little tiny small window, and the wall is it's all jagged and there's it looks like a patchwork of stuff, because Rocky, the Iridians, they don't see with their eyes, they see sonically.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know how the human, this new being that they're meeting for the first time, would be able to view them. So it's a patchwork of different materials. One of them he was hoping he would be able to see through, which he is. He
that's
does,
cool.
Right. And so the first encounter, it's just this little small window, right?
And then they see he's drawn to.
He sends him back to his ship, and then he does the whole wall in that one material.
Oh, that is
which is really
cool.
a cool.
Oh my God, Andy Weir is brilliant. He is a
cool.
brilliant scientist. I know he's what kind of engineer is he?
I have no idea.
It doesn't matter. He's a science freak. That's very cool.
It's a nice little touch for the book reader, and you don't really need it explained, really. You know, it's fine for the non-book reader. It's just okay, well, there was a little window and now there's a big. It's all glass. Cool. But it's a nice touch, and they don't over-explain things in that way.
Oh, there was a part that I thought was, I listened to the Goddard interview, and it was he said he was kind of being lazy, and he didn't even realize it by trying to get Ryan Gosling to do a lot of speaking into the camera, to record his thoughts. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm not doing that, because me as a teacher, when I first get there, I am not going to be doing that. I'm not going to be recording my thoughts. I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
No
basically
offense.
he tells the diary to fuck off. Like in the
they're like,
the
record
first
your
thing.
thoughts now. But when he does start recording his thoughts, I think it's after he meets Rocky, where anybody would do that because that's fucking astounding, and you would want people to find that footage.
Yeah.
So there's just so much thought put in this. It's just brilliant.
Yeah.
Did you say you like the music drops besides?
Yeah, I thought the soundtrack was great.
Like the Chris Christopherson song when he's getting shit faced on the the bags of vodka.
Yes.
And then the Beatles song. What is the song? Two of Us.
When he's sending the Beetle probes back to Earth.
Oh, after he's already said goodbye.
He's decided he's going to save Rocky instead. That's when, because remember it shows John Paul, Ringo.
Oh yes,
George,
he names them all
because they're called Beatles.
Yeah.
The probes or whatever.
Oh.
It hits even harder.
Yeah, that makes it even more sad. He's got to save his buddy.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Anyway, I can't believe people walked out of the theater, and I honestly think it's.
Well, we had to walk out. It was over.
Not us. You said 2 people walked out mid-movie.
They did.
I don't feel like this is a like action-packed, like you're not at the edge of your seat the entire time, but it's so much more than that. Like this hits on so many levels that you just gotta relax and just take it in.
Well,
the payoff is there.
Yeah.
Like the girl sitting beside me was on her phone like 6 or 7 times. And like, I put my hand up to be as obnoxious as possible to block out her fucking phone light, which was not obvious enough. Or she just like, fuck you, bitch. I'm going to keep doing this.
Right.
Like, it's not that boring. You just need to be able to sit still and relax. You're not at home. You're in a theater. Take it in. This isn't cheap to go to these movies.
No, it's not at all. Anyway, I cannot speak for those people, but I don't know. It's a procedural. There is that about it. It's you're watching a guy figure out problems and stuff.
It's so satisfying. That's the best thing about those kinds of movies.
I mean, I liked The Martian a little more than this. I don't know why. I don't know.
I liked this more. I mean, I liked The Martian. I guess I liked the human interaction more. There was not human. Sorry, the
friendship.
The friendships that it took it to the next level for me. And also the Eva Stratt she was fucking cool.
She's great. The cast is great.
Yeah, I mean the character as well, but obviously the actors were fantastic. Yeah. Also, you said who is the woman that's in it that's in those commercials?
Oh, Lily from AT&T.
Yeah, I think her name is Milana Van Traub. Her character name is Alicia. Some sort of Eastern European name, Ilya Kina. I murder names.
Yeah, Ken Lung was nice to see.
But wait, what commercial was she on? AT&T?
Yeah, AT&T. She was the AT&T mascot, basically.
Right.
Anyway, she's good. Very thick Russian accent she was speaking with. And Ken Lung, who is great in Industry, among other things. He was in Lost as well. Mm-hmm. He was playing a Japanese guy, I guess.
It was a funny moment when they're talking about how they want to die. I'll have what she's having as she requests a huge dose of heroin.
Overdose.
Like, sounds like a good way to go, babe.
The way they portray those scientists who are like just going on a suicide mission, and they're the happiest characters in the whole movie.
Well, they know how to have a good time too. It's like, what do you got to lose? I mean, and there's like the words in the Harry Styles song. Why do we keep avoiding bullets? Basically, like we keep coming back. And,
why do we keep avoiding bullets?
Well, it's like you're constantly put in the same situation. Like, take on this problem and stop being scared of it. Like,
get hit by the bullet?
Not fucking literally, Jason. I didn't think I would feel so moved by a Harry Styles song until this movie.
I don't love that song. It reminds me of another song, and I can't put my finger on like an older song.
All right. Well, I mean, big thumbs up for me. I want to go see it in IMAX now because.
Oh, one more thing about the marketing for this film. Okay, look, a lot was spoiled. I would say
I mentioned that,
75% of the movie was spoiled by the trailer. If I would have enjoyed this movie way more if I had gone in blind, if that was possible.
Can you imagine the hit that most people would like? They wouldn't have been expecting an alien encounter that was like that kind of a friendship.
I mean, I was listening to the Raiders of the Lost podcast guys, and they love everything, but they were basically saying, "Hey, it's an alien movie. You got to tell people there's an alien in it." I'm
Why?
like, "Do you? Like, why?" Well, but
you know
to
why?
to be fair, when you watch that,
because the way the trailers give so much away, people know that it's a family movie. Like, so you can bring your kids.
Please, yeah, I guess.
So that may have made. I mean, I guess they weren't trusting word of mouth.
Yeah, but look, hold on. The Martian was a movie that I watched one afternoon randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as our kids got home, this was 10 years ago, they were like 8 and 10. Like, we're watching this movie. This movie was fucking great. Mm-hmm. It's about a guy who solves problems through science. And it's awesome. So here's basically the same movie without an alien in it. And I wanted my kids to see it immediately. So,
but maybe they wanted maybe they just wanted everyone at the box office the first weekend.
Yeah, fine. Fair enough. I mean, look, it's Amazon. They're taking a big flyer here on these theatrical releases. And yeah, absolutely. This is an expensive movie to make. There's a lot of pressure. But I would have enjoyed it more. But okay.
Me too.
But here's what I was going to say. Say I didn't see any of that stuff, right? Say I successfully got through all of the marketing season leading up to this movie, which is like 6 months of trailers we've been watching for this movie. And I sit down, we watched it in Dolby, the Dolby Theater. There's a fucking Dolby promo up before the movie starts with Lord and Miller being interviewed and showing scenes from the movie that we're about to watch. Saying, oh yeah, we are so happy that people are going to see this in Dolby, which is not even true. Like, they're saying, go see it in IMAX.
Right.
But it's just like hey, suck our cocks for a minute because it's Dolby, guys. Which is fine, but don't give me scenes from the movie. Like, what are you doing? Because I hadn't seen the planet. Like, whoa, wait till you see the planet in the movie that we're showing you right now.
I think I missed it. I must have been in the bathroom.
Maybe. Oh, man, just give me Tom Cruise with his fucking disheveled head going, thanks for coming to see a movie, guys. Enjoy. He had the sense to be like, let's not show any scenes from this because they've already paid the goddamn ticket. They're going to watch the movie anyways.
Amazon's new at this. Give them a break.
It's not Amazon. It's fucking Dolby.
Yeah. All right. Well, end on a positive note because this is a very positive movie and it's fabulous.
Yeah, thumbs up from me. I did like The Martian more. This is the first big spectacular movie of the year, and I love that it is original. It's not a franchise. Mm-hmm. God, I hope they don't do a sequel to this movie because I don't know what they would do, but
more Rocky.
Well, I'm looking forward to Artemis, the book that he wrote in between The Martian. And
the one you read.
I did read Artemis, and I quite enjoyed it. It's quite different. It's more like, as I remember, it's sort of like a murder mystery. But it takes place on the moon.
Did you read The Martian?
Did I read The Martian? No, I don't think I did.
Oh.
I didn't.
Okay. Well.
But I remember, seeing The Martian and then going, okay, well, I'm going to read his next book, which was Artemis.
It's in production now?
No, it's in development now. The big trick here is...
I mean, Goddard must be doing the screenplay.
I don't know.
They literally waited for him to do this movie. In the interview, he's saying he was like so busy, and he actually had the audacity to say, hey, you guys just wait for me, and they did.
Right.
So...
Okay, well, it worked out. Anyway, the big trick here is that Artemis takes place on the moon. There's a city on the moon, and it's 1/5 gravity, and that's what Lord and Miller are trying to figure out: how to shoot how to shoot it in a way that shows that there's less gravity the entire time without having actors and pulleys and, all that. And apparently they're getting close to cracking it. So
put them in water.
no, it's like they're in
I know.
they're in La City. It's like they're inside. There are outside scenes.
I'm just imagining it would be easier to move in water.
They're all doing the Michael Jackson moonwalk the entire time. The entire cast has to learn.
Like it's just water aerobics.
That's right.
Just get rid of the water. You can't see it. CGI the water out.
Yeah. So hopefully that is the next movie in this. I will be pissed if I see the character of Raylan Grace again.
Ryland.
Why do I want to say Raylan?
I don't know. I want them to
It's kind of spelled that way.
I want them to make a Rocky Stuffy toy.
Yeah, well, sure.
That would sell.
I want that T-shirt, the Ringer tee with the Project Hail Mary that he wears. He wears it for at least 25 minutes of the movie.
I was busy looking at his pretty face.
Okay. He's a good-looking guy. Shout out to Canada. Guys, tell us what you thought of Project Hail Mary in the comments below, or you can email us at thumbmorepod@gmail.com. You can join our Patreon for $5 a month. That gets you ad-free episodes, bonus content, and in the upper tiers, you get access to our monthly hangout, which is coming up the second Wednesday in April. That's it for us.
That's it for now. We'll see you soon.
Bye.